Spain fan, so I've popped out this morning to do a valuation on what turned out to be a lovely villa in Limaria, which will be listing soon. And this is Limaria is one of the outer residential communities of Arboleas. It's been here a long time now, quite established, but still an area where there's new builds getting done as well. And I thought I'd grab the opportunity to show you the drive back from Limaria, if you like, into Arboleas Town, and time it for you as well, just to give you an idea of what you'd have to do if you bought a property in this location. As you can see, it's a very popular area. It's not kind of riddled with wonderful bars and shops and everything, but then the people who've bought a property here do so because they prefer the peace and quiet and the wonderful mountain backdrops. So I'm leaving. I was in the centre of Limaria. It's 10:42, so let's have a little drive back now and see how long that takes to get down to Arboleas Town from here. Quite a few little sleeping policemen to be aware of. They'll quite happily take out the bottom of the car if you're going too fast. Now, if I continue straight along this road, it's a nice easy run, literally down into the centre of Albox, probably about 6 minutes, 7 minutes maximum. And there's a little bar restaurant over there, very nice actually, called the Welcome Stranger it used to be. I'm not sure of the name now. It's been taken over by, I believe, a Belgian or a Dutch couple. So I'm going to turn left now and cross country across the hills and the mountains and down to Arboleas. It's quicker coming this way if you're heading to Arboleas Town than it is to go into Albox and come back out again. But if you live in Limaria and you're going to do the big shop and the supermarkets and that sort of thing, you won't be doing this. You'll be going straight down to Albox. And I think from Limaria, I've timed it before for a client, the drive down to be in the car park of, say, for example, the Mercadona supermarket from their front door was precisely 12 minutes, so nothing too major. You can see this is a wee bit of a helter-skelter. I mean, the surface is very, very good, and last year and the year before that, on particularly sharp bends and corners where you've got very steep drops, they've put safety barriers and that sort of thing that weren't there before. Perfectly fine to do this kind of stone cold sober, but I wouldn't like to do this after I've been to the bar and had a couple of drinks on a Sunday. So you can see speed limit there, 30 kilometres. Very difficult to maintain 30 kilometres because it's quite, as you can see, steep coming down here. But this has all been newly surfaced, so very, very smooth drive. Just a wee bit windy, I think, is the best description. But I think it's like anything else. Well, you know, once you've done it a few times, you get very much used to it. You know where all the tight bends are and the curves and stuff, so you drive accordingly. But I could imagine that if you did this for the first time, you could think, hang on a minute, I'm a little bit far out here, and this is a little bit too much of a drive to cope with. But it is a very popular residential community, Limaria. And then if you go another 3-4 kilometres on, you come into another one called Los Higuerales. I suppose that's the farthest community residential outside Arboleas Town. But again, it's very, very popular. Wow, look at that backdrop. I can just see the industrial estate on the outskirts of Arboleas Town there in the distance. And I'm heading now towards the main A334. We're getting a lot of appreciation and support for these kind of videos because whilst you can look at lovely pictures of houses on the internet and it says, oh, you know, this is in Limaria or that's in Los Higuerales or that's in El Chopo or whatever, really looking at those on Google Maps and bar an aerial view, you get no real inkling as to what's involved, you know, getting from and to those properties, down to the facilities, down to the amenities and that sort of thing. So these videos have kind of proved invaluable other people who are using the internet to kind of look for a suitable property, and gives them a kind of accurate measure, I suppose, of whether it's achievable and realistic that they could buy a property in a particular community, knowing now what the drive is like or the walking in certain places to the facilities. Kind of kicking ourselves a little bit. I mean, we've used the COVID downtime to put all these films together, but kind of kicking ourselves, as I say, because really we should have been doing this kind of 2 or 3 years ago. But better late than never. I think when your business comes back to normal and it's active and stuff like that, you're going to get a lot of viewing requests for particular villas and properties and things, and really the people who have asked to view those have no kind of reality, I suppose, as to where they're located, what's around them, what the driving from and to is like. So being able to send a little video like this to show them in advance maybe will save a lot of wasted time, because they can work out in advance whether a property is suitable or not, and concentrate on the ones that are rather than the ones that probably won't suit. So a couple more bends and I'm literally in the middle of the Arboleas main industrial estate, and it's now 10:48, so it's taken 6 minutes to get to there. We featured a few of the businesses and retail units and stuff on this industrial estate in our main walk around video of Arboleas, so if you haven't seen that, then take a look and it will give you a little bit more detail of what facilities and amenities are on this big industrial estate. What always strikes me is the kind of ease of the driving, in terms you're not contending with huge volumes of traffic when you're on these little country lanes. I've glided all the way down there from Limaria and I've not encountered or had to stop for another vehicle. That could be a day when you get a lovely Spanish farmer in his kind of 20-year-old Citroen toddling along at 2 kilometres an hour, but in most cases it's not like that. And doing these drive-throughs as opposed to the walk-arounds, we haven't had to put up with barking dogs and stuff like that either. So of course now we're approaching the town and I'm at the motorway junction now. We're going to start to see quite a lot more traffic, but still nothing compared to the volume of traffic on the roads in the UK. An absolutely glorious May morning. It's up at 22 degrees already and forecast to go up to 26 by the afternoon, so can't be bad at all. Now just the last roundabout before we hit the outskirts of Arboleas town centre. Town there in the distance. So now coming down to the supermarket here in Arboleas, and that's precisely 10:50, so exactly from the centre of Limaria community, nice roll down the hill there, through the industrial estate into the town, and that's taken precisely 8 minutes. I'm going to end this little video now because I'm just going to pop in and see a friend for a quick cup of coffee, So have a great day, guys, and hope this will be appreciated. As always, if it is, please do give us a nice little thumbs up, do subscribe, and we hope to see you soon. Hasta pronto.